Welcome back, everyone. It is Monday, March 10th in the NBA. My three best bets are on the way. If you are new, my name is Austin. As always, we happen to recap of how we did yesterday. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. Pretty good day for us. Pretty good weekend overall. We had a 3-1 day, if you will. I mean, I'd argue we probably should be bringing out this broom because our only loser was a quarter unit play, which lost by one Jokic rebound and assist. Painful, but we cashed all of our 3 1-unit plays. Trey Murphy and DeMar DeRozan cashed their PRA line, and Nikola Jokic goes under in points. You would have been surprised how many comments I got after the first quarter when he had, I think, 14 points, but he goes under, and we certainly will take that. A 3-1, 3-0, whatever you want to call it, day on an 11-3 run. It's been a pretty good last few days for us, but we need to keep turning on the momentum and keep that winning streak going. Hence why you see me rocking the gray polo. It's delivered, I think, 3 straight winning days for us. So you better believe I'm going to ride it into the ground. Now, today, I have one very, very important announcement. So listen up, open your ears, because it is the 60th birthday for my dad. Round of applause to him. He turned 60 today. Show him some love down below in the comments. My dad is an inspiration to a lot of people. Love him. Dad, if you're watching this, I appreciate everything you've done for me. But yeah, 60th birthday. Hey, congrats to him. Let's have another big year for him, and we need a big day for him. We need a 3-0 sweep. Let's dive into our picks, and I'm going to his favorite team. He's a New York Knicks fan just like myself. Knicks versus Kings. Let's talk all about DeMar DeRozan. No, I'm just kidding. We're not on DeMar DeRozan. We're on a New York Knick. And that, for my first play of the day, is Karl Anthony Towns over 28.5 points plus assists, which is currently minus 122 on FanDuel, about minus 125 or so on a bunch of other books. I love Cat's matchup tonight. Now, if you're looking at his regular lines, points is 26.5, assists is 2.5. Typically, that would correlate to a 29.5 points plus assist line. So I do feel like we're getting a little bit of value here at a 28.5 line, but still, I love it at 29.5. I think this could be one of those patented Cat 30 plus, 35 plus point games as him and the Knicks are facing the Kings. Now, Cat, has he been great? Not really as of late. That kind of rhymes, but I like this matchup tonight against the Sacramento Kings. Now, let's first touch on the injury news for the Knicks. That would be Jalen Brunson is out for tonight's game. He's out for at least another week, maybe 2 weeks. So they need other guys to step up. And while I will see some other guys up their game, Cat's going to be the number one guy they're going to go to initially. Let's hope we can get going early in this game. As a reminder, the research tool we use throughout this video is PropsMadness. There's a link down below to the website. And a reminder, if you use code COS and you apply that little coupon code, you get 25% off your purchase. Let's talk about Cat. Over his last 24 games, he has not been great, as you see a lot of 28.5s out here. Let's just say we're here. Over 9 of 24. Has had a couple games where he has ended on 29, so definitely be careful there for the hook, but I'm not too worried about that. Let's look at the games without Jalen Brunson this season, which has not been a lot. We only, in fact, see 2 games out there where Jalen Brunson didn't play. This game, 35 points and assists, 4 assists, 31 points. He won by 16 against the Jazz. And then the last game, he ended with 23 points, played 34 minutes, 2 assists, so we're not expecting like a 10 assist game from him, but 8 for 21. Not a good game. The Clippers are a very good defensive team, and how they defended him was a Nicholas Batum on him pretty much the whole game, a smaller wing. He ended up getting going against the second unit when they had a center on him. Now, today, you're going to have the Kings. Now, the Kings are dealing with their own injuries. They have Jonas Valanciunas starting, and he will start once again tonight. And I could see them actually guarding Cat with Jonas Valanciunas. Because if you don't put Cat on Jonas, I don't know where the heck you're going to hide Cat in this matchup. It's not like the Knicks have guys that don't really shoot the basketball. OG Anunoby could take Jonas off the dribble. You could put him on Josh Hart. I don't really know if they want to do that. And if they do that, you're going to see Cat not on a Nicholas Batum. You're going to see him on what? Keegan Murray? I don't really think they want Keegan Murray taking the Cat assignment. If they do, hey, sure, go for it. We'll just go into the post with Karl Anthony Towns. So at the end of the day, I really think this is going to be a high usage spot for him. If you look at Cat's usage in the games without Jalen Brunson, you've seen this game 29.5. This game, 29.9. So the usage has been really good for him. And you see the season when he gets a good enough usage, let's just say he gets to 25%, looking at a guy over this line in half of the games. But when he gets closer, 27 over, the usage keeps going up and up. When he gets to 29%, over in 10 of 14 games. So, and you're looking at the misses, the Pistons, the game he just doesn't come through, only plays 27 minutes. The Magic, very tough defensive matchup. Cavaliers, not a great matchup there. Doesn't even play 30 minutes. They lose by 40. And then the last game against the Clippers. So I really think that usage continues to stay high, and I think it will. I really like the spot. My last thing I meant to know on PropsMadness, you can look at how he scores. Spot up, the Kings are dead last. Free throws, they're bottom 10, and pick and roll, man, bottom 10 as well. In transition, they're pretty good defense, which I think actually hurts guys like Josh Hart, whose number one scoring method is in transition. So I really think this is a great spot for Karl-Anthony Towns. He could hit this over in just points alone, but I like tacking on the assists in case it gets in the post and like, heck no, we don't want this. And they double team him. Some easy kickouts for some 3-pointers or some guys cutting to the hoop. I like Cat to get those points and assists. I don't love the rebounds today because Mitchell Robinson is going to return tonight, and I expect maybe we see some Cat and Mitchell Robinson lineups on the court together, and that's obviously going to lower the high volume for rebounds that you see from Cat, rather just the points and assists. My second play, we're going to an under. I really like this under. It might be a popular one, but I really think this is a great spot. It's Miles Bridges. We're taking his under 24.5 points, which is currently minus 120 on DraftKings. Now, I've considered fading Bridges a couple times here and there, trying to find the best spot, but I really don't like fading him when he's at home. But when you get him on the road against a good defense like the Heat, I'm going to fade him. Here's some numbers for you. Bridges, you look at his field goal percentage at home, it's 45%. On the road, it drops to about 41.5%. Also, his points per game go from 22.6 at home down to 19.1 on the road. You also look at this matchup against the Miami Heat. This game has a total 216.5, very low total. The Hornets are also 10-point underdogs, and their team total is just 103.5. So they barely even are confident that they get to 100 points. I don't think Bridges is going to account for a fourth of those points. Now, let's look now at Bridges, how he scores the basketball, and you'll see it isn't really a great spot for him against the Miami Heat. Now, who's his matchup? Probably Bam Adebayo. And if it's not Bam Adebayo, it's Andrew Wiggins, who is still a good defender in his own regard. As you can see, this 24.5 line is available on a lot of different books. I mean, PrizePicks, maybe not, but that's a daily fantasy app. 24.5 on every single book. So you should be able to get it there. If it drops to 23.5, I still like it there. But let's talk about Bridges, who you look at how he scores the basketball. Spot up shooter, sure. Only 20% of his points there. That's a good matchup against the Heat. We think about who else is on the court with him. It's LaMelo Ball. And then their center, whether it's Mark Williams or Yusuf Nurkic, the other guys on the court are just 3-point shooters. So it's going to be a 3-point shooter. So maybe those guys get more volume like Josh Green or Nick Smith Jr., someone like that. But again, pick and roll ball handler, don't see him doing great there. Free throws, worst matchup in the league. Transition, Heat, a very good transition defense. So as you see, not a very good matchup for him. And sure, you could say these are his last 20 games with LaMelo Ball and without Brandon Miller. So when you've seen basically what he's been doing, he's under in 70% of games. And if you throw him on the road, he's under in 6 of 8. His 2 games he went over against the Hawks, who don't play any defense. And then this game against the Lakers, he makes 5 threes. His 3-point line today is like 2.5. If he makes 5 threes, you tip the cap. I get it. He's coming off a 46-point game without LaMelo, with LaMelo and without Brandon Miller. But he got going in that one and shot 32 times against Evan Mobley. I would have thought Evan Mobley could slow him down, but when you get cooking early in that game, I think you get 16 points in the first quarter. Yeah, you're going to keep firing it up. And of course, he's going to end with a career high, I think, is that game. So I really just don't think this is a good spot for him. Like I said, he'll get Bam Adebayo on him. If he gets going early, we'll maybe see some double teams coming his way. But Bam is one of the best defenders in the league. I think he starts out on him. And when Bam goes to the 5 spot, you'll see probably Andrew Wiggins on him as well. So I just don't see Bridges having a big game on the road. The best spot to fade him. I love Miles Bridges is under in points today at 24.5. That's too high. If it's like 21.5, sure, I might not take it because he might shoot 20 times, but 24.5, I got to take a stab there. And then my third and final play of the day, I meant to note, there's a chance we add some plays. I'm going to put that in the pinned comment, added plays, question mark, or something like that. There are a couple spots I like today. I know we've had some success with the 3-pick card, so I'm not going to come out here and add like 6 plays to the card, but there are a couple other spots I really like. But I don't want to force a play out there because there are some teams on back-to-backs, and there's just some spots where maybe some guy gets ruled out and you get cooked on an under. So I'm going to wait for the injury report to come out. So I'm really not going to get back in the NBA lab until maybe, I don't know, 2, 3 p.m. after those injury reports have come out. So we kind of know who's playing tonight. But stay tuned. That pinned comment, you'll see if there's any added plays. I don't add plays at like 7 p.m. right before game time. So at the latest, normally I say 6 p.m. That's even pretty late. Final play of the day, another over. That is a guy with a great first name, Austin Reaves, over 31.5 PRAs, points, rebounds, and assists, minus 114 on FanDuel, a 1-unit play. I like Reaves at 32.5. In my opinion, Reaves is either getting us 35 PRAs tonight, so soaring over the line, or he's going to end in the mid-20s, like 26 to 28 or so. The injury news here is LeBron James is out. He is out with a groin injury for, I don't know, 2 weeks. Now, Luka Doncic, as I record this at 8:40 a.m. Eastern time, is expected to play. But there is a non-zero chance that Luka Doncic sits tonight. If you watch that game against the Celtics, he was really holding on to his back for majority of that second half. And the Lakers does a game against the Brooklyn Nets on March 10th really mean a lot to them on the road? I don't know if it really does. Their next game is not until Thursday. I forget who they play on Thursday, but their next game is until Thursday. So maybe you give Luka a day off. And if they give Luka a day off, this Reaves line is skyrocketing. And I don't even care about the matchup at that point. I think Reaves would get over just usage alone, given he's their only point guard. But we think about Reaves here. He's going to manage a lot of those non-Luka minutes, which who knows how many there are today. But can't imagine, Luka's playing 45 minutes. So there's going to be, 10 to 15-ish minutes where Luka's not on the court. You need someone to manage those minutes. And that's going to be a guy like Austin Reaves. And in addition to that, I think about how Reaves has performed in games where LeBron has sat or Anthony Davis had sat. They normally tell him, hey, we need you to step up. And now without LeBron James out there, I would be shocked if, you don't see JJ Redick going to Austin Reaves saying, hey, we need you to play well tonight, especially against the Brooklyn Nets, who we know they're a team that love to trap opposing team's number one player. So Luka Doncic, could he get trapped all night tonight? Yeah, probably. We wouldn't be shocked if that happens. And I could see Austin Reaves benefiting from that. Now, there is that scenario where Luka doesn't play, and Reaves could be that guy that gets trapped. But at that point, if Luka's out, I'm still confident Reaves going one-on-one on some guys and get to the lane or addition it to his teammates, or really being their only facilitator at that point. Now, let's touch on Reaves, and let's look at what he's been doing recently. 31.5, like you see on a bunch of different books. FanDuel, of course, bumps it up, but whatever. 31.5, you'll see he's only over that in 9 of his last 24 games. That's not ideal. But I really want to look at when he gets the good volume. And first, we need to look at head-to-head. He's actually faced the Nets once this season. He had 44 PRAs. He had 38 points on 23 shots, 3 rebounds on 7 rebound chances, and another 3 assists, but only 12 on 12 potential assists. Now, LeBron played in that game. Anthony Davis did not. So they kind of trapped LeBron and forced Austin Reaves to beat them. And I wouldn't be shocked they did that again. I mean, you see they won by only 1 point there. So even off a Reaves legacy game, I think I'd live with that again if I am the Brooklyn Nets. But we look at how Reaves scores his points. I get it. Pick and roll ball handlers, tough spot. Again, that's how Luka scores majority of his points. But in spot up, free throws, transition, we know Reaves great at getting to the free throw line. Isolation, he can do the job there too. But even isolation, we don't want Luka going ISO ball against him. And I don't think the Nets let him go ISO ball on them if Luka does play today, which he could obviously play. At the end of the day, I think this is a great spot for him to get good usage. We're talking if Reaves gets, 25% usage. He's over this in 9 of 12 games. His misses, 2 games where he shot 4 for 17, 6 for 16, only played 30 minutes here and played 36 here. So, I mean, he didn't play well. And then the other games against the Thunder. Yeah, the Thunder, best defense in the league. So I could see him easily getting that 25% usage. Or we could see him get to that those minutes. If we're looking at minutes in use in terms of field goal attempts, you look at Reaves when he gets 15 or more shots over and over half of those games. And really, if you look at him as of late, we're looking at games with 15 or more field goal attempts. He's over that in 8 of his last 11. His misses, that same game, 4 for 17, 1 game on the hook, 4 for 15, then a game against the Wizards, 4 for 15. And so I don't see how he doesn't get that usage today. At 15 shots, it's not a high number. They're down LeBron. They're down Rui Hachimura. They're even down Dorian Finney-Smith. So the guys out there are going to be spot-up guys. So I look at a guy like Reaves to be the guy that has to set those guys up, or the guy that just goes and attacks the hoop or shoots it. So I really think this is a great spot for Reaves. The stuff that's stat sheet, you've seen him in that game against the Pacers when he had 59 PRAs. They went up to him and basically said, hey, we need a big game from you. And knowing how the Nets play defense, I think they would expect Luka to get some double teams his way. So I think they're going to say the same thing. Hey, Reaves, we know you just got back from injury. You didn't have a great game last 2 games, but you played 39 minutes. We need you out there a lot. And he deferred a lot to Luka in that second half. I don't see him deferring a ton today. He needs to go out there and be aggressive. And I think he can stuff the stat sheet for us. So my 3 picks officially right now, Cats over in points plus assists, Miles Bridges under in points, and Austin Reaves over in PRAs. Those are my 3 favorite plays of the day. Let's have ourselves a day and go 3-0. Like I said, there's a chance we add some plays. Check the pinned comment down below. We add any plays, you'll see them down there. Like I said, not going to be till later this afternoon as I wait for the injury report to come out, and we'll see what we like there. But again, happy 60th birthday to my dad. Shout out to him. round of applause for him. Thanks for all the comments in advance that you guys leave down below. I know he certainly appreciates him and he certainly reads the comments. So again, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully the gray polka dot polo brings more good luck our way. Let's hope we can bring out that broom for real tomorrow. And I'll see you guys then. Peace out.